Gaudium et spes is has many different topics. It talks about mainly about culture, and it's pretty much it. Really, it's just about culture and how it changes and how we have to change for it. The five most important teachings that stood out to me were how we have more resources yet so much poverty and illiteracy. Freedom is only way toward happiness. And then their teachings on atheism, marriage and the family life, and war only if all other peaceful settlements have been tried. So to start with, there's more how we have more resources but more poverty and illiteracy. We have more wealth, more resources, more economic power, but that leads to social and psychological slavery, and it just makes people even more poor. And there's that more people are becoming even more selfish, just wanting money, but they make more money, but they don't have that connection with God they would have if they weren't just trying to make money. And they, in Gaudium et spes, it says that we need to use our resources more to help those who are impoverished or illiterate. Here it says that freedom is the only way toward happiness, and only in freedom can man direct himself toward goodness, is the exact quote out of Gaudium et spes. And it's pretty much saying that we can't try and find God if we don't let ourselves make our own decisions, and if we just listen to others, we can't follow Christ. And then that's what it goes here into free choice. We have to choose God. We can't be forced into it. And yeah, the teaching on atheism was a little something new to me. I didn't know what the church said about what we should do toward atheists. So it starts with saying that we need to show our faith through what we do, and that goes along with the brotherly love of charity, just showing them that we have love for everyone and everything that we do is for Christ. And then I thought it was interesting that they said the church courteously invites atheists to examine the gospel of Christ with an open mind, and that's straight out of the encyclical. And I just thought that was interesting, that could be one of the better ways to get someone to convert. And then Isaac Asimov said, properly read the Bible is the most potent force for atheism ever conceived. And then marriage and family life, it says that in marriage, the husband and wife become one flesh, and they should live to better each other, and that divorce is not something that should be an option. You should always fight through it. And then the ultimate gift of marriage are children, and it said that contraceptive is an abominable, a bad sin, and the straight out of this it says, this love remains steadfastly true in body and mind, and in bright days and dark, and it will never be profaned by adultery and divorce. And this love is fed by marriage and relationship is fed by pure and undivided love, and it's not for self-pleasure or other selfish wants and needs. And the only reason war should ever be brought up is if every other peaceful settlements have been tried and exhausted. And it's said that gun races do not make peace. Just because you have more guns does not mean that someone won't try and go to war with you. And then those new weapons being created only make or even more horrific and perverse. And like here in the picture on the left is Hiroshima, and on the right is Nagasaki. And that goes with the last point, saying that you can go past necessary defense just using unnecessary force. Really is the main point. You just don't need that much force, and when you're harming civilians that aren't fighting against you, it's just too much. And then the modern thoughts that contradict some points are, some people do use marriage, and it's used for selfishness and other self-pleasure. And then a lot of people use contraceptives like condoms or birth control, and they think that's perfectly fine. And going along with the war, people think that the gun race is just going to give us peace, when it really is not like that at all. And then people thought it was perfectly fine to bomb Nagasaki and Hiroshima like that, but it was just too much.